welcome to this edition of News Leader on 6. I'm Andrew Todd. In tonight's news, a fentanyl overdose that resulted in the death of a Tullahoma man returns a guilty plea for the man who sold him the drugs. Tullahoma held its first Vision 2040 meeting, and we have video from the recent AEDC 70th anniversary celebration. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's News Leader on 6.
The food at Parkview, well, I haven't had a bad meal there yet.
The food at Parkview is absolutely scrumptious. I mean, it is really good. It's just like home cooking.
And then there are the cookies. Oh my, they bake cookies every day, and they are super.
The food is truly incredible, and it's like being on a cruise ship.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gonna be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
We teach Parkinson's patients how to move big and not let the Parkinson's slow them down. I've had patients I've treated in-house that could not even stand up, could not roll over in the bed, left the facility walking with a walker, have come back to us in outpatient and continued their big program and are now completely, handling life. The success of the program is just phenomenal.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. District Attorney Craig Northcutt released a statement about a recent murder case in Tullahoma. Quote, on June 30th, 2021, Hunter Gramillion, age 24 of Tullahoma, entered a guilty plea to killing Brennan Buckner, age 19 of Tullahoma, through the sale of fentanyl to him. Specifically, Mr. Gramillion pled guilty in Coffee County Circuit Court to aggravated assault resulting in death and received a 12-year prison sentence in the Tennessee Department of Corrections for selling fentanyl to Brennan, who then died from ingesting that drug. The plea was accepted by and entered before Judge Vanessa Jackson. The state of Tennessee was represented by Assistant District Attorney Brad Hanna. The Buckner family is in full agreement with this resolution of the case and hopes that Brennan's death will bring more awareness to the dangers of fentanyl. They also hope that Mr. Gramillion's conviction and prison sentence will deter others from selling or otherwise distributing this deadly drug in Coffee County and all other communities. In Brennan's death, a precious life which was full of potential was needlessly cut short. His family and friends will never again be able to experience the joy and love that he brought into their lives, and instead that is replaced by grieving the loss they have suffered. Mr. Gramillion's life is also drastically altered, but he has a chance at redemption upon his release from prison. I pray for peace and comfort for the Buckner family, and that Mr. Gramillion will take advantage of the opportunity that he has to change his path. I want to thank the Buckner family for their patience and perseverance through this difficult process and their gracious attitude in the face of this tragedy. I also thank Assistant District Attorney Brad Hanna for his excellent work in representing this office to achieve justice for Brennan and his family. Further, I commend Investigator Jason Kennedy with the District Attorney's Office, TBI, and the Tullahoma Police Department for their investigation into this matter, which developed the evidence upon which an indictment and conviction were obtained. Without their work, justice would not have been achieved. Rest assured that this office will continue to work hard with our law enforcement partners to hold those who distribute these dangerous drugs in this community accountable for their actions, end quote. And we'll be right back with more News Leader after these messages.
I can think of this wonderful little woman that I had. She said, I can't talk. There's nothing there. And she said, I want my voice back. After the first session, she was loud. I'll never forget this. She said, there's a voice in me still. Whether it's Parkinson's or a stroke or whatever, they are not at the bottom, but they can always get better.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Clayton's has been Tullahoma's shoe store for over 120 years, and Florence Hall continues that tradition today. We're the only shoe store in town that starts with measuring your foot to make sure you get the perfect fit in a quality shoe. That includes narrow through wide widths for men, women, and children. Clayton Shoes, the family shoe store you'll love.
We're gonna fit your style. We're gonna make you smile. Service and quality at Clayton Shoe Store. We're gonna fit your style.
Hello, I'm Ray Norris, Mayor of Tullahoma. I want to thank the citizens of Tullahoma who've been following the CDC guidelines for helping prevent the spread of COVID-19. You've been wearing your mask, you've been getting your vaccinations, and I'll tell you, it's working. Today, our positivity rate is less than 5%. That's the lowest it's been since the earliest days of our pandemic. So, now I want to urge each of you to continue to follow these guidelines, and together, let's get this pandemic behind us and get our country back to the old normal where we need to be. Thank you.
Welcome back. Tullahoma held its first meeting of the Think Tullahoma 2040 project at Tullahoma High School on Tuesday night. Mayor Ray Norris welcomed the attendees, and then we heard from Phil Walker, the Walker Collaborative, about what they are trying to accomplish.
Welcome to our kickoff meeting for our group this evening, and this is the most important meeting we're going to have because we're going to get off on the right foot. And we've always done a pretty good job in Tullahoma planning. The criticism I've heard over the years has been in the implementation. So we want your input tonight, and as we go through this process of our comprehensive development plan, so that you'll have buy-in and can help us implement this plan. This evening we have some of our aldermen that are in the house, and if you are, I don't remember seeing all of the aldermen here, but if you are an alderman, would you please stand? You'll be a big part of this. So I see Alderman Bear, Alderman McGee, and Rupa Blackwell, and I'm missing one or two other aldermen somewhere. Did I see John? You here? Okay. Anyway, all the aldermen, thank you for being here tonight. You're a big part of this team. But anyway, thank you for being here this evening. Of course, we have our distinguished state representative with us tonight, Nurse Bricken. Thank you for being here. So thank you for all the citizens of Tullahoma that are going to help put this plan together and then implement this plan successfully. So thank you for being here.
So my name is Phil Walker. I'm with the Walker Collaborative. I'm a planning consultant, and I'm the project manager for this project. Let me introduce some of my team members. On the far left, we got Keith Covington, who is a architect, urban designer, and planner with Common Ground Urban Design Plus Planning. Next to Keith is Randall Gross. Randy is a strategic planner and economist. And next to Randy is Liesl Gothard, who was born and raised right here in Tullahoma. And Liesl is a transportation planner. And also with her firm KCI, we've got Kayla Ferguson, who's not at this particular meeting, but she's a civil engineer and traffic engineer. So that's the consultant team. We've got several steering committee. The steering committee is really critical to this project. They, guide the whole thing and provide information back to their various constituents and help kind of serve as cheerleaders towards the end of the plan to get the plan adopted. And they're really important. So tonight what we're going to be doing is, first of all, we're going to give you kind of an overview of the project. For example, what is a comprehensive plan? What are the steps we're going to take to create it? We're going to go through some initial observations, this kind of early stuff that each of us will talk about. And then we're going to spend the rest of the time really in a conversation with you. We're going to ask you what you think the key challenges and opportunities are for Tullahoma. And then look at maybe other communities you might have visited sometime that there may be some aspect of that we could try to adapt in Tullahoma. Not to become another community, but there may be some feature somewhere else just to think about. So anyway, that's what we're going to do tonight. So what is a comprehensive plan? Well, it is a blueprint for the growth and development of your community. And the term, they call it comprehensive because it is indeed comprehensive in nature. It addresses things like land use and development and transportation, the natural environment, historic resources, economic development, housing, all those sorts of things. And any good plan is going to answer 4 questions. Where are we now? In other words, when we study your existing conditions, taking a snapshot of where Tullahoma is right now, where are we headed? And that's looking at sort of trends, looking at growth and so forth. Where do you want to go? And that's where you come in particular, because this isn't going to be our plan. The consultants are just a vehicle to get you to your plan. So what your vision is, and what you want to see for Tullahoma is the, where do we want to go part of it. Then finally, how do we get there? That's where the consultants come in to figure that out from a technical point of view. So anyway, that's what a comprehensive plan is in general.
We will have more from the meeting on next week's news, and the entire meeting will also be made available on our social media accounts and on air. Many Americans were surprised at the speed with which the COVID-19 vaccine was developed in 2020. Developing a usable vaccine in such a short period of time raised suspicions that the vaccine may be dangerous, it may make people sterile, or it may cause other health issues. The Community Council for Diversity and Inclusion brought a group of Vanderbilt Medical Center specialists to Tullahoma on June 26 to address these questions. Dr. David Arnoff told the audience that there were 3 fundamental reasons the vaccine became available in such a relatively short time. First of all, scientists had already began working on a variety of COVID vaccines other than COVID-19 for several years, making it relatively easy to modify these existing vaccines to defeat the COVID-19 virus. The second reason was timely government funding. In many cases, raising funds for medical research is one of the most difficult obstacles to overcome. Sometimes it can take years to find money to develop vaccines. A third roadblock on the path to developing such drugs is the difficulty in acquiring test subjects. Because COVID-19 was making so many people sick so quickly, many more people were willing to volunteer to be test subjects. Pastor Elmore Torbett, co-chair of Community Council for Diversity and Inclusion, said, quote, "I believe this discussion helped outline the ways to overcome some people's hesitance to take the vaccine. I hope this will increase the number of people in our community who are vaccinated, making public events even safer." End quote. In addition to the question of rapid vaccine development, audience members brought up safety concerns, including allergies, compromised immune systems, and recent surgeries. Dr. Anna Novus stated that these people especially should be vaccinated since COVID-19 is so much harder on them. Dr. Brian Marshall spoke about the racially sensitive issues such as the Tuskegee experiments and the hesitancy of African Americans to participate in the vaccination program. He encouraged family and friends to assist others to get the vaccine and to take them to get it if possible. The Coffee County Health Department will bring a vaccination booth to events if they know of them. Call 931-455-9369 or 937-723-5134 to ask for the booth. We will continue to update viewers with information on more events and activities of the Community Council for Diversity and Inclusion. And after these messages, we'll be right back.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. Get to Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
He's a little bit of you, he's a little bit of me. He's the trash along the roadside of Tennessee. He's the garbage that we pack. He's the dream we left behind. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash. A throwaway bottle or pop-top can may not seem much to a traveling man, but a little bit of litter goes a long, long way. Rolling, growing, getting bigger every day. Tennessee trash messing up the highways. Tennessee trash junking up the byways. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash.
We have met the enemy, and he is us.
Welcome back. AEDC recently celebrated its 70th anniversary, and we spoke to Colonel Ernest Bonner, who assumed the role of AEDC Test Division Chief in June of 2020, about the event.
We are celebrating the 70th anniversary of the establishment of the complex in support of defense of the nation. So in 1951, 70 years ago, actually yesterday, the complex was established and groundbreaking occurred. And since that time frame, every high-performance aircraft and missile operated by the Marine Corps, Navy, and Air Force today has part of its roots here. Yes, so hypersonics is certainly a large focus for us these days. We are right now in the middle of building a new hypersonic propulsion test facility to complement our AP2 hypersonic propulsion test cell. It's called the J5, and the big difference that it brings from AP2, and the big improvement is that, one, it is clean air, meaning that it is more representative of the flight environment that hypersonic engines are going to see in flight, and two, it's going to have longer run times, meaning we will be able to evaluate hypersonic performance of the systems in that test cell for longer periods of time compared to our current AP2 test facility. It establishes a great future for us, in particular in hypersonics. That's just one new facility that is being brought online to support that mission and the development of those weapon systems for the nation. Another that was just initially funded is something called the Dragonfire. It is an expansion of our arc heater test facility. Our arc heaters are designed to replicate the temperatures that reentry vehicles and hypersonic systems see in flight. And so due to the large demand for those test capabilities, they're actually being expanded upon and grown to accommodate that. Additionally, we have just recently, this past winter, reactivated the 16S supersonic wind tunnel test facility to do additional high-speed, high Mach number wind tunnel development testing because there's just there's a demand for that type of higher Mach numbers above Mach 2 for much larger capabilities and test sections. General Hap Arnold was a visionary, one of the arguably the founding father of the Air Force. He was the first, well, not the first, but he was the Chief of Staff of the Army Air Forces in World War II, and it was his vision with respect to the development of the Air Force as a technology-driven military service that helped establish Arnold Engineering Development Complex. And absent his vision and the support of other great thinkers like Theodore von Karman, who he commissioned to do a study that actually served as the intellectual foundation for the complex, we wouldn't be here today.
After speaking with Colonel Bonner, we spoke with retired Colonel Bob Pullen, who used to command the base and now works at National Aerospace Solutions, about what NAS does at AEDC.
Well, National Aerospace Solutions is the test operation and sustainment contractor here at Arnold, and we just wanted to be a part of this 70th anniversary celebration. And so a lot of our employees have volunteered to come out here and talk to the people as they come through and hand out different little goodie bags and information about the various companies that make up National Aerospace Solutions. And it's just a pleasure to be here to help Arnold celebrate 70th anniversary. Well, NAS employs approximately 1,500 people. Here at Arnold, probably about 1,400, and we also have employees at the facility in White Oak, Maryland, as well as a facility at National Full-Scale Aerodynamic Complex out in California. So we have quite a few people, and we've had some of our folks drive through to show their families where they work and that kind of thing. So it's a great day for employees to come out here as well because they can show their families where they work and what they do. We do. National Aerospace Solutions, as I said, is the test operation and sustainment contractor. So the employees manage, or they work a lot of the test facilities. Of course, the entire facility is overseen by the Air Force, and so we are, the Air Force is our customer. We work for the Air Force, and it's a pleasure to be here, and our employees have been a big part of this community for a long, long time, and that's what makes this place so great. You have generational employees out here whose fathers and grandfathers and mothers and grandmothers have worked out here, so it's a really neat facility to be a part of, and that's why you see a lot of our employees who are volunteering their time out here to greet the community and just tell them a little bit about what we do.
We'll be right back after these commercial messages.
It is wonderful living here. I don't have responsibilities of a house. I don't have all the work that goes with a house. And you can just relax here and be happy.
There's no set thing that you have to do. However, the offerings that they give you, it's wonderful.
I think the biggest thing about Parkview that is most significant to me is that we are family.
To be honest, I was skeptical about getting the COVID-19 vaccine.
I checked what the CDC says and spoke with my doctor about the potential side effects. It definitely made me much less anxious. She told me if I have some arm pain or feel tired, that's completely normal as my body builds a defense to the virus.
I was willing to take the vaccine to protect me, my family, and my friends.
Join the millions of Tennesseans who have decided to give COVID-19 vaccines a shot. Visit covid19.tn.gov to find an appointment today.
The individuals with dementia, those with Parkinson's, those that have maybe mobility issues, need caregivers. Well, those caregivers are 24 hours a day at home, and they never get a rest. And if they have to go to work, they're kind of out of luck. So that's why Trinity came into existence 25 years ago, to allow the caregivers to have a safe center where they could put their loved ones, know they would be well cared for, stimulated, fed good nutritious meals, have activities to their level, and then the caregiver can stop by and pick them up and go on home and have some continuity into their life.
Welcome back. Dr. Erica Lee, completion coach, and Barbara Scales, Chief Compliance, Equity, and Inclusion Officer at Montlow State Community College, are among 21 faculty and staff members from colleges and universities across Tennessee who were selected to participate in the 2021-2022 class of the Maxine Smith Fellows Program. Dr. Michael Torrance, Montlow president, said, quote, "Montlow State continues its support of the coveted Dr. Maxine Smith Fellows Program as it identifies and coaches the next leaders across higher education and the TBR system." Dr. Erica Lee and Ms. Barbara Scales epitomize the essence of Dr. Smith, who was a trailblazer and noted leader in education, civil rights, and community. Dr. Lee and Ms. Scales will glean and give immensely to the program and their peers as they journey through this invaluable experience, end quote. The Maxine Smith Fellows Program provides professional development, training, and advancement opportunities for participants from traditionally unrepresented groups at Tennessee's locally governed public universities and the community and technical colleges governed by the Tennessee Board of Regents. Members meet monthly for a year, starting this month. Dr. Lee, a Chattanooga native and current Nashville resident who has been with Montlow for 8 years, said, quote, "I am honored and truly grateful to be nominated and selected as a member of the 2021 cohort of the Maxine Smith Fellows Program. This is a huge professional development opportunity. I am excited to learn and grow with a diverse group of emerging senior leaders. I am looking forward to the leadership and mentorship this program offers," end quote. California-born Scales was raised in Texas and currently resides in Murfreesboro. She has been with Montlow since 2019 and said, quote, "Montlow is committed to diversity, equity, inclusive practices, and harnessing a culture of belonging within our community. I am beyond honored to represent the college as I learn about the leadership of this great trailblazer," end quote. Scales added that she is thankful to Montlow President Dr. Michael Torrance, who nominated her for the opportunity, and is eagerly looking forward to participating in the Maxine Smith Fellows Professional Development Leadership Program. In addition to the professional development of class members, the program stimulates increased collaboration among institutions, the development of a statewide network for program participants, and an overall increase in the diversity of ideas, thoughts, and experiences within senior leadership ranks at Tennessee public higher education institutions. The program is named in honor of the late Maxine Smith, who headed the Memphis branch of the NAACP for 33 years and was a member of the Tennessee Board of Regents from 1994 until 2006. The class of 2021-2022 is the program's 15th cohort. For information about the program, please contact Dr. Wendy Thompson via email at wendy.thompson@tbr.edu. And stay with us, your weather forecast is coming up right after these messages.
I am tremendously blessed to be living at Parkview and very happy to be part of a loving and caring community.
Best thing you can say is this really a great place to live. That's all there is to it, no doubt about that.
It's your home. You just do what you would if you were at your private home. You know, we love it. It's great.
It's just like having a whole neighborhood around you, and it's fun.
It's just a great place to live.
I was skeptical about getting the COVID-19 vaccine. There are a lot of opinions being shared.
But I had the chance to talk with my doctor about my concerns. He told me the vaccines are backed by decades of research, and that the vaccines are proven safe and effective.
Now I'm protected and ready to put this pandemic behind us.
Join the millions of Tennesseans who have decided to give COVID-19 vaccines a shot. Visit covid19.tn.gov to find an appointment today.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails. Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this date. Our record high was in 1914 at 99 degrees. Our record low was in 1972 at 55 degrees. The average high for this day is 87, and the average low is 68. Storms expected for tonight with a low of 70. Showers expected for Friday with a high of 84 and a low of 69, and sunny with a chance of storms for Saturday with a high of 85 and a low of 70. And that's our News Leader Report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday evenings at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. for News Leader on 6. Stay safe and have a great evening.